Dee 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 dee. Keto living is the life for me. Coffee, cooking, and recipes. Spending my days with my doggies. So be a sport. Set your alarm for Wednesdays for the Warden's Report. Welcome to the Warden Report. My name is Shelly. If you're new here, I'm the warden, and I just give you an update, have you tag along for the week so you can see like what I'm eating, what I do, my thoughts. And I just have to say, last week's Warden Report, I am loving the feedback, the comments, and everything. Look, we are not dogmatic here at all. We're not judgmental. I feel like everybody comes to your health goal or your outlook how you want, and I'm fine with that. I like seeing things from other people's perspectives. So just because I might view something one way doesn't mean that that's the only way of viewing things. I mean, certainly not, and I can certainly be wrong. I'm sure I have been wrong before. I can't remember when. No, I'm just playing. But anyways, so again, don't ever feel like, oh, it's dogmatic or I can't leave that comment because she might not like it. No, like I truly like all of your opinions, even when they're different than mine. It helps me view things from your eyes. And I enjoy that because I feel like that's part of growth as well, is understanding we all come at our health goals or keto, carnivore from different sets of lenses. And we see things and experience things differently. So please keep up with the comments. I love it. I really appreciate it. So if you are new here, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button right there. It really helps our channel. And then give us a thumbs up because you know you're going to love it here. So thank you. And we'll just get started this week. I'm going to show you what I'm eating. And then as things arise, I'll tune in with you. So my lunch today is Thursday, and what I've got here is some Primal Kitchen mayo, a little bit of hot sauce, it's that Belinda's ghost pepper, some pile of that restaurant bacon that I pan fried, my ginger, kimchi, and a little burger patty. So that'll do my lunch for today. And here we are, Thursday dinner, y'all. So I've got some more of that restaurant style bacon. We just released a review on it by the time y'all see this. And then, of course, I've got my kimchi, almost the last of this. This so far has been my favorite brand. So thank you, Patty. And then I've got my pickled ginger. I have the last of that clotted cream. Oh. And then I've got 3 eggs. It was the rest of those cage eggs that we got. Some butter, and then I found a little bit of mozzarella, so I wanted to put that in there before it goes bad, but just like an ounce. And yeah, that is dinner tonight. Now, one thing I'm going to say, we did do a pretty good review, I think, on the bacon. This is what I've noticed, is in the pan, like typically I cook my bacon and everything on a medium heat, which like mine goes 1 to 10, so like a 5. I cook it on. I have noticed when I did that earlier today, if you saw my lunch, it was a little overcooked. So I actually cooked this on like a 2.5, so more of a low. And then it just seems like it cooks up better without being too crispy. That's my tip. Happy Friday, y'all. Look at this. Heath woke me up at like 6:30 this morning. We're having a garage sale, and I just threw my hair up, and I had to fix that before the live tonight. So anyways, so I've got my morning coffee. It's about 11. So I've been up since 6:30. This is my first and only coffee, y'all. So I have it in this cute mug. So we do have a link below if you're interested in stuff that I just like that. That's got our logo on it, and it's a screw top lid instead of a push down lid. So really nice, and it's like a metal. So it's not plastic, it's a metal cup. And yeah, if you decide to purchase it, we get like $1. So anyways, yeah, so today we're doing a garage sale. It's Friday, and I'm just checking in just to let you know I'm here and working on this. So, yay! Friday's lunch, and it is almost 3, and I have fasted all day, so pretty good. So I've got 2 small burger patties here, some pickled ginger, some of that kimchi, my favorite. It's like almost the end. I've got some mayo here. There, I did put a little bit of mozzarella on these burgers, and then that is the hot sauce. It's the Ultimate Dave's. It's really good. And of course I sprinkled with salt. So this man's been manning the garage sale all day, and you've been doing pretty good. See, what do you got? 3 fans on you?
Yeah.
There's a little AC unit. The big fan. We've been putting those cold wraps around his neck, plus the other one, and he's been supposed to be changing them out. We've got our electrolytes over there and a drink. We're selling our hot sauce.
We've only sold 1 so far.
Yeah.
But then again, we didn't put it out till fairly late in the day.
I know. And then we've got ice cold water, and somebody said, you know, also sell cookies, that those are good money makers. So I got a really good deal on cookies. And we have
amazing. Chocolate chunk used to be my favorite, but I don't even care about them.
Right. No.
They're not even drawing to me at all.
No. But we've already made our money back on them, but we still have a few left. We've almost made our money back on the water. But yeah, we've got tons of pitchers, glassware, all kinds of kitchen stuff, which we've sold quite a bit of the kitchen stuff. Linens, this big old arm raw. And yeah, ins and odds. We've sold a lot of stuff. Oh, he's selling one of his saws over here. We've sold a lot of stuff. A miter saw. But look, there's still a lot more. People need to come buy this stuff and get it out. So we'll let you know how we end up doing. So far, I think we've done really well. And like, I think the pictures are kind of overpriced. So I would adjust those tomorrow. But yeah, I love these ladies. I probably shouldn't sell them, but I just don't know where to hang them. But aren't they, I mean, beautiful, right? Beautiful. I love that 60s look there. I could probably find a spot for them, but a lot of these things, I just need to mark them down, like, come and take it. Get it out. Hey, y'all, it's Saturday. Look, you can tell I'm hot, right? Not hot like sexy, but hot like bleh. It's 100 freaking degrees out here. So we're in the garage. Look, you can see that's our beer fridge, quote unquote, which is now, I guess, our water fridge. So see all the stickers we collect. And then back there, those bats are magnetic, and when it becomes Halloween season, technically at least, so the HOA don't complain, then I put them on my garage doors, which are metal. Isn't that cute? But anyhow, it is almost noon. I've got my coffee here. Having my first and only cup of coffee, y'all. So, but no, it's good. I've got a couple tablespoons of butter. My coffee, it's freaking delicious. I do put iodine drops. I do 5 iodine drops in my cup of coffee. And yeah, so I'm here. We set up this morning. Okay, listen, y'all. Heath woke me up at 6 a.m. So, it has been a day. And it's only just now about noon. So, here comes somebody. Let's see if we can make a sale. Well, that was pretty productive. So, I sold a couple paintings, which I was kind of sad about. They were so neat, y'all. It was from the 60s, and it was like a 60s style ladies, you know, that real like lanky, and then the geometric like outfits. And one of them, she had like a white Afghan dog beside her. They were so adorable. I loved them. I remember I got them at like an auction or a garage sale or something but I just never found a place to put them. So I was like, well, I'll sell them, and they sold. So I'm a little sad, but you know, as long as it's going to a good home, I'm like, good. And it was actually a guy who bought them, and he was like really happy about them. I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I found this box. So I used to buy box lots. If y'all didn't know, I have an Etsy shop. It's still active. You could definitely go to my Etsy shop, Shelly's Select Salvages. So yeah, if you want to peruse there, I would appreciate it. Or if you just want to like favorite some things, that really helps. Or even share my Etsy shop. I mean, thank you. I really helps. I can tell you, it ain't making really any money. I make just enough to cover the expenses, because Etsy's, when I first started Etsy about 5 years ago, the expenses and fees wasn't that high, so I did really well for, you know, the first 3 years, and then it's just, and then now also working full-time and everything, it's not worth the time and effort anymore, because at the time, that's when I helped take care of my grandmother and then my mother, so I could have the weekends to go to garage sales and thrift stores and all of that and find neat stuff and then resell it, but because it's all vintage stuff. But now with a full-time job, because then you also, finding the stuff is the funnest part, right? But then you have to take all the pictures, you have to measure stuff, you have to research the item, and then you post all of that with all the details, and that's what takes forever. And I actually had Heath for a while, get this y'all, for a while he was actually helping me, and he would take all of the photos for me, and it was just really nice. But since then, you know, it's just how life is. So anyhow, whatever's there, that's what's there. Once it sells, once I've sold most of that, I'll probably just close it up. But I still have about, I think, 400 items in my shop, so it'll take a while. So anyways, I know it's a long story, but so those pictures I got were ones that I found, and I was like, oh, I could resell them. And then I thought, oh, I'll keep them in the house, but I just didn't have anywhere to put them. But I loved them, but he got them. That's good. I'm happy. And then I bought some cookies to resell, because somebody said those sell really well. I don't know about that, but I've made money off of them, so that's good. But I have only 2 packs left, and I started with 9, so I guess that's pretty good. So he also bought a bag of the cookies, and we have ice cold water bottles, and so he bought one of those. So we've made money on the water bottles, which I was like, yeah, it's freaking hot. So hopefully people will buy it, because they'll be like, yeah, it is pretty hot. Let me buy a water bottle. So we did that. He tried our hot sauce, said it was really good, but he didn't want to buy it. So that's kind of sad. But, you know, hey, I gave him our card to our YouTube channel, so maybe we'll get another subscriber, right? So, yeah, they bought that. And then, oh, yeah, I was talking about, I used to get box lots. And what a box lot is, if you're not familiar, basically, like at auctions or estate sales or whatever, they'll just throw a whole bunch of stuff into a tote or a box, and they'll say, okay, give me one money for the box. And so I used to buy it, because I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll get $5 for this tote, and I could probably make that off of one item. So I had one huge, well, it's a big size tote. So not the standard tote size, kind of the big, not the jumbo, in between large and jumbo, whatever that is. But anyways, so I had that, and it was full. I never even opened it, and I've had it for years now, and I've never opened it. So at first I was like, yeah, just somebody buy the whole tote and everything. But people started digging through the tote, so, and wanted to only buy 1 or 2 items. So there was tons of old Avon bottles in the original box, never opened. I think the box lot, this must have been either an Avon dealer or somebody who collected Avon, but there was like, oh, there had to be about 40 of them. Again, all in original boxes. Most of this is from like the 70s, 80s. original box, never been opened, full of the cologne, which I don't know about using it now, but anyhow. So I've been selling those for like $1 each. One lady was like, no, you're too cheap. And so she gave me more money, which I ain't gonna object to that. And then also in this big tote was tons, and y'all, let me know if you know what I'm talking about and if you love it, tons of pink depression glassware. Like the little sundae, well, yeah, there was 2 sundae cups. There was a sugar bowl, a milk bowl, tons of, I think they're like little custard bowls and ice cream bowls, like tons of it. A plate, lots of it. And I used to actually collect the pink depression glass, but I've kind of since moved on, and I really like purple glass now, amethyst, which is hard to find. So that's why I like it, right? But anyways, tons of that. I put all that out. It's sold like hot. And then lots of clear glassware, again from probably the 60s and 70s. And actually, if y'all remember the beaded clear glass, those sold. And I had like a tray that was with the beaded. And then I also had the other ones. Oh, here's somebody. Let's hope we sell. Bunch of lookers. But at least they stopped and got out. Just buy, people, buy. But anyhow, so all of that antique glass. So I had the beaded glassware, and then I also had a lot of, I think they were from the 60s, the yellow glass. So it was cup set, and one of them, a lady told me this morning, was, she said they were snuff glasses originally, and then later on people used them as like drinking glasses. Didn't know. And then I also had some green glass. I think it was Anchor Hawking that used to do those, and a lady bought that. And then I also had a, oh, do y'all remember jelly glasses? So back in the day, this is when you could buy stuff and they were dual purpose. You remember like the flour sacks were then so people can make them into clothes. So a lot of times when you would buy stuff, it wasn't a one-time use thing. So back in the day, they used to have, they called them jelly jars. So they were, you know, yay big, and they would be filled with jelly. And then once you used up the jelly, you'd wash them out, and then they would be cute little like juice glasses or a kid's glass, right? It was like the perfect size, and they would have real pretty designs on them. Like I saw one had wood forest characters on it. Some of them would have different flowers. So I sold those. I had a set of 10, and a lady bought all of them. I think she was a reseller because she bought all of those, all of the pink glassware, and a few other things. So I was just like, yes, get it out. And so that was really cool. And of course, I have everything marked to sell. Like, I'm like, I just want this gone, right? So they're picking it up. It's been a pretty active day. At first this morning, it was really slow, which I was like, usually on a Saturday morning, like by 7 a.m., you're like swamped. But it was really slow this morning, but it really started picking up about, I would say 9:30. So, which was good, because I was like, when am I going to get this selling, y'all? So, that sold. I had a whole bunch of cast iron. Almost all of that has sold. There's one little skillet left, but it's a little skillet. It's like an egg skillet. Lots of linens. So sheets, pillowcases, tablecloths, runners, placemats. One lady did buy a whole set of these white placemats that were real pretty, never been used. And people have been looking at the sheets. I'm only asking $1, and then they put them back. Like, this one lady had like a whole stack in her hand, and then she just decided against it. I was like, what's going through your head now? You know, I'm like, tell me, make me an offer. Like, I just want it gone. I mean, what am I going to do with all these linens? So, yeah. But, I mean, at least some of it is selling. And there's been a few of the linens that sold, like the tablecloths. One person bought a curtain. I've got tons of sheer curtains. And so it'd be nice if those all would sell. And yeah, but I mean, it's a pretty huge dent. Like one table was almost empty, so I had to move things around. Another table is getting pretty bare. A lot of my pictures, that was the main thing, is I was like, I just want to sell all of these hanging pictures. And one lady came by, and I think she bought like 6 or 7 of them. She's like, oh my gosh, the frames alone are so gorgeous. So she bought those, and which one of them was absolutely gorgeous. And then other people had bought different ones, so I was really happy about that. And come on, rollers. That's what I call the people who just slow their vehicle down and just go really slow. Like, stop, get out, shop. I know it's 500 degrees outside, but still. So yeah, and then yes, so the cookies are almost sold. I'm really excited about that. The water has been going pretty good today. And oh yeah, he just was going through, he wants to sell this old grill, gas grill. So far a couple people looked at it, even pulled some of the grates off, but then they just go on. So trying to sell that, but when he did, he found an Xbox and a whole Nintendo setup, like the Nintendo box plus like 4 controllers, a mouse for the Nintendo. And so like we put those out, and within 5 minutes they sold. Like somebody drove up and he was just like, okay, I want all of this. And I was like, okay, make me an offer. And so he got it all. I was like, okay, cool. So that's good. No longer sitting in our house. Well, it wasn't in the house, it was in the shed, but at least it's no longer there. And you know, I'm sure we could have made more money like on the marketplace, but it's just like, look, we're doing this garage sale, let's just get it out. I want it out, and I want to make lots of money too. I want it all. So how about you? When you do a garage sale, how successful are they? Do you get a pretty good collection of people? Do you do the water and the coffee? I mean, water and coffee. The water and the cookies or whatever, snacks or whatever. It's been good here. One person though was like, do you have Coke? And I'm like, it's water, lady. Like, I'm not gonna buy Cokes that are just gonna sit here because of one person. But anyhow, so yeah, that's been good. The saw, if y'all were on the live last Friday, so Heath's Chicago electric saw, we were asking 50, and everybody just kind of went, So then several of y'all suggested we raise the price. So we raised it to 100, and still the same thing. And I've even told a few, make me an offer. Like, it works. It looks good. And we cleaned it up. I did clean it up this morning, so it looks really nice. But again, nobody wants to make an offer. I don't want to have to lug this thing back in. Somebody please buy it. So hopefully somebody will come by and they'll buy it, and then we don't have to, or I don't have to lug it back in, because that thing is heavy and it's bulky, which is weird. So yeah, there's a few its and outs still left that I'm just surprised people haven't purchased. Like, yeah, I have like these crayons that are, I mean, they're really cute, y'all. Look at this. Like Pac-Man crayons. Aren't those cute? And these are like, I think these are the Sesame Street ones. Isn't that cute? And I've just been marking on 50 cents and for the whole pack. And then these are, oh, this is Sesame Street as well. Look at that. Nobody's buying them. And I'm like, they're 50 cents. And then here's, oh, these are like little robots. Aren't those cute? So they're crayons, but there's no point in me. I had got them originally because back when our nieces and nephews were younger, you know, they still use crayons, so I thought they were cute gifts to give to them, and then I never got to give them to them, and then now they're just too old. And so, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe somebody will come up and buy them. Otherwise, I don't know what to do with them. All these crayons that are brand new. So somebody needs to come buy it. And yeah, so that's the garage sale. It's hot. It's really hot. But I've got my coffee here. And I'm sure y'all are like, have iced coffee, Shelly. And I'm just like, well, I know. But I enjoy my hot coffee. But I'm staying cool here. I've got literally 3 fans on me. So I've got a big cyclone, which essentially he joined me for a while, so he had it on him. Then I've got a small fan on, like a desk fan, and then I've got that little AC thing. And so I've just been getting those on me and drinking lots of water and electrolytes, and been doing pretty good. But I have to tell you, like, I am kind of hungry, and I'm like thinking, normally I don't get hungry till like 1 or 2 p.m., but today I was hungry earlier, so maybe because I've been doing so much more, I still haven't eaten, because I'm like, that just seems ridiculous. So, anyways, yeah, so we'll let you know how it ended up at the end of the day. I think it's going to end up being pretty good, because I've counted the money so far, and I mean, of course you always want more, but I'm like, okay, and the, you know, the big thing is we're almost out of everything, so that's even better. Saturday lunch, I've got 2 of those small burger patties. I did put a little bit more of that cheese, and then that's the rest of our Primal Kitchen mayo. So sad. A little bit of hot sauce. Got my ginger and my kimchi, and that's lunch in a 100-degree day. Final day of the garage sale, and I have to say, when we started with the hanging pictures, it took up the whole garage door, plus we had sheetrock that it was against, and we just are down to just a few. Look, I even had a couple Norman Rockwells, if y'all remember that artist, and they didn't sell, and they're sports themed. If anybody's interested, I mean, I will pack these and ship them to you. And look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous? I mean, we got it for ourselves, but we're like, where are we going to hang this? He absolutely loves the painting, but I don't know where we can hang it. Let's see, they're like playing poker, y'all. That's why he loves it. But yeah, just had a few things left. We should have put these glass things out Friday or even earlier Saturday. We didn't put them out till Saturday afternoon, and we just haven't had the traffic, or I think they would have sold. And there's that's all the Avon I have left. I have sold probably 20 of those. And yeah, just a little bit of the kitchen stuff, so happy about that. Look, somebody wanted to turn around, but they decided not to. I mean, I understand it's hot. Tons of linens. Barely sold any linens. Really disappointed about that. He saw. And this is an armoire. I got it at an auction years ago. I think I only paid $35 for it, honestly. But when we got it home, when he was moving it, he dropped it. The foot broke, so he needs to fix that. And the door broke off, so he needs to fix that. Oh, I didn't bring it. Oh, wow, we got lawn chairs in there. Things you find, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful armoire, and I wanted it for our bedroom. I wanted to replace the one I currently have, because I store all my bed sheets in the current one, and it's just open shelves. Like, it's just 3 shelf tiers, and I liked that this has several shelves and a couple of drawers, and I was like, that would be, like, when I saw it, I was like, that would be perfect to store all my sheets, and then the other side's a hanging side, or he could just make me more shelves to put in there. But yeah, nobody was interested. I don't think most people even knew what it was. So, and $50 isn't bad, but I know it needs work. So Heath has to go in and fix my door here, so that we can then, and it's got a nice mirror. So, I mean, it's a beautiful armoire. I mean, the details on it, y'all. I just love the details. Like, it, and the crown here. I mean, it's gorgeous. But yeah, it does need some work now. It didn't want to bought it, but anyhow. And, yeah, we sold a good amount of the bottled water. And we've sold all but one of the cookies. So I was just like, today, if somebody comes by before we pack it up, I'm just like, take it. You don't even have to pay me. Just take it. Get it out of here, because otherwise it's going in the trash. But I think overall it was pretty successful. We had, I think, a couple people, 3 people, maybe 4, that bought stuff today. So that was good. And then look, can y'all see the red bird there? Oh, it's a beautiful cardinal. Isn't that beautiful? Hi, baby. So yes, somebody needs to come by, a few more things, and then, look at all my stickers. We do collect the stickers. So if you have like a business or anything, and you've got stickers, send them to me. Like, we've got several from 2KK, Carnivore Snacks. Of course, my Dutch Bros is all over the place. But yeah, pretty cool. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Alright, just being out there for those few minutes, y'all. My garage sale look today. Yes, it's the same shirt, because I'm just like, it's stinky and it's gross, and I'm going to be stinky and gross again. So might as well wear the same one, and we'll throw them all in the washer today, and then, ugh, can't wait to go take a shower already. But yeah, so see, there I am, my hair. Just have it up. So yeah, I think it was pretty good. At first I was like, nah, we're not going to set up on a Sunday, because usually those are very slow days, which it has been. But then at the last minute, Heath woke me up so early, we just went ahead, and I was like, well, if we make it. So we did make, I think, about $30 more today. Not much, but at least it's something, right? More than I would have earned today. Oh, and then I did have my coffee about 3 hours after I woke up. So that's, again, delicious. Love my coffee. And yeah, that's it. So tell me your garage sale stories, because I know we all have a crazy story. I want to read them. Good morning. It is Tuesday already. How are y'all doing? Hope everyone has had a wonderful week. So I just listened to this really good podcast. So if you aren't following Mindy Pelz, she also has another channel called The Resetter Podcast. I'll try to remember to link it below, but don't come at me if I don't. Well, you come at me, that's fine. Anyways, The Resetter Podcast, and the one that she released yesterday, it was called Empowering Women Through Transitions, with Ellie Kempton. I think this is really good, because I know that we have some women in our community that are going through the change. So they kind of address that, and how the hormones change, and how to address that. And they do, you know who you are, they do briefly touch on HRT, and just basically kind of knowing a women's, or women in your whole life cycle, right? How things change, how estrogen comes into play with things, and how progesterone change, affects us as well, and how to handle those. And I thought it was just such a great talk. And one of the things I really, really loved is they were talking about how we as women, since I know it's mostly women that watch this, if you're a man here, give me a comment, say, hey, I watch you too. But how we as women need to really support and show love to each other, that it shouldn't be an earned love. Like if somebody's like, oh, I just, got a promotion, then we give them praise. But instead, like every day, pick a woman and just tell her how awesome you think she is, or whatever she's great at, or whatever it is, and really just like support each other. And one thing that she mentioned is like on her chat, this Ellie Kimpton is on her chat. She says nobody's allowed to, once you have given a good quality trait about yourself, then you can communicate in the chat. So which she loves it, because then her chat is filled with all these women giving self-love and then also empowering other women. So I kind of want to do that. So please, if you're watching this, leave me a comment of something you love about yourself, not something external, like not something regarding your husband or your spouse or your kids or your job, something personally about you internally. Look at yourself. I want you to comment something you really think is awesome about you. I want to know, because I know a lot of you, especially when we've met in person, and some of you when I've just interacted online with you. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You are amazing. Like, I really think everyone I have met is such a great, wonderful woman, and you have such great attributes, and I want you to accept that about yourself. Don't give yourself this like negative talk, or, you know, sometimes we do that when we're like, oh, I should have done this, and why didn't I think of this? And you know how we get about ourselves, right? So instead, I want you to take this moment, listen to me. I think you're an amazing person. I think the world is better because you are in it. And I mean that. I mean that from everyone I have met and interacted with online. You all are truly, look at this. Okay. Y'all are truly amazing. And I'm just so happy that I got to meet all of you and get to interact with everyone in our community. And I did not mean to cry about this. I am so sorry. But I really do mean that. Like, everyone, I just feel so blessed and honored that I have met so many wonderful, wonderful people, women, and y'all are just amazing. So if you ever feel like, oh, you put yourself down for whatever reason, because I do see that a lot, don't. Because you are awesome. I think you're awesome. And please leave me a comment. And then I would like to challenge you, as you know, we don't do like food challenges, but I do like to do personal challenges. Challenge you today, right now, when you're listening to this, text or message a woman in your life and tell her something great about herself. Tell her something that you think is amazing. And the other thing that I enjoyed on this talk is they touched just briefly about food and nutrition. I mean, very briefly, like one sentence basically. But what they were saying is, as women, for us to basically accept different emotions and things coming in, we also, our cells have to be open to that. And they brought up the fact that, yeah, if you are eating like junk, that your cells basically close off. And she kind of touched in, that's why sometimes people have, like, when they're so negative or so sad or down, not exact, I don't want to say depression, because I feel like depression is an actual mental illness and not something that, oh, okay, I had it for 2 days. Like, but, you know, feeling sad, feeling kind of down or negative towards ourselves, that, yeah, if you're eating junk food, that your body is more apt to be that way. Whereas if you are giving yourself nutritious food, then your body's more open to accepting better, like, so basically if you have nutrition, your cells are open, you could accept like sunlight and positive environments and uplifting things and positive messages and positive feedback that we get. So I thought that was pretty interesting, how thinking of the mind and then how the cells and the nutrition, like it all comes together, which I feel like I've seen that a lot where, you know, people, and not just women, but in, you know, sometimes I've seen others who eat lots of junk food, and they always seem to be like down in the dumps, right? Like just nothing ever works out right, or they talk negatively constantly about themselves. And I was like, and I feel like those of us, tell me if this has been your experience too, once you've been doing keto, carnivore, whatever it is, once you've been eating healthier for you, the longer you've done that, it's like you just naturally have this kind of like, you feel good about yourself. And I think that it does go back to even that mind trick, like I am giving myself nutrition, therefore I'm taking care of myself, which is a form of self-love. And then your body's like, oh, thanks, you do like me. That's my thoughts on it. I want to hear what your interpretation is. So, and I think that kind of the other thing I heard in one of her other podcasts was about when you eat something, like if you are like, oh my gosh, I want to have that cookie or that potato or whatever it is, that you look at it, and instead of looking at it in an emotional aspect of, oh yeah, just, you know, this and this happens, or instead look at it as, what nutrition is this going to provide to me? And I think if we take that thought along with, so if this isn't, like I'm combining these two, if this doesn't provide nutritional value, then it's not also going to feed my soul, right? So if we look at it both, not only for the physical nutrition, but the mental part of it, and say, okay, yeah, this isn't going to feed me, my body, and it's not going to enhance my emotional part or my soul in this matter, then why are you eating it, right? Why are we going to do that? Then it, maybe taking that second to stop and think about it might be able to put that break and say, you know what? I don't need that. And I kind of bring that up because I know a lot of, you know, especially with summer vacations and everything, you're going on these trips or you're hanging out with family and stuff, you know, for celebrations, or the kids are home. And so maybe you have more junk food around, and it's so easy to not think, because honestly, a lot of junk food requires not thinking. Like that's what they rely on, is that you are not going to think about it. You're just going to mindlessly eat it. But I think if we take that moment and say, you know what, I need to think about this, that then you could actually step away and say you're at a party and say, you know what, yeah, that potato salad looks good, but you know, right now I'm really trying to focus on me and give myself some self-love. So I'm going to eat some more of this bacon and burgers over here, right? Because, you know, not only will those feed you nutritionally, but it will feed your soul positively. That's my thoughts. Please tell me yours. I always love to hear everybody's opinions. So as I said before, we're not dogmatic here. There's no one or right way. I even know that not everybody here is keto, and that's fine. Like this isn't, it's called HungryHeath. It's not called the Keto Channel, because we accept everyone. We all need support in whatever we're going through in our life. And we go about that the best way we know how. And that's what I want to encourage you to do, is do the best thing that you know provides you with positivity in your life, because that's what it comes down to. All right. And then in a little bit, I'll be eating probably, and then I'll show you that. And oh yeah, I don't know if I told y'all, but he did get me my Kelowna kefir, so so excited. I just love it so much. But it is my favorite so far. I am still dabbling and maybe thinking of making my own, and also thinking about making kimchi, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Having my coffee, and yes, it is almost 11 a.m. I was up at 7:16, like, oh, I just woke up then. Darn you. But so I have been very good, at least the last week, probably I think almost 2 weeks of waiting at least 90 minutes after I wake up to have my cup of coffee, my one experience of a day. And most of the time, since it's 11, so what is that, almost 4 hours? So yeah, about 4 hours, 3.5 hours. And that's what I've been doing, y'all. What I have found, my results by doing that, is I don't need coffee, like for energy. I don't need it, right? I am very productive, very awake right in the morning. I also find that it has helped me drink more water. So I'm always, I could tell, like, I don't drink a lot. I drink when I'm thirsty, which is what they say to do. So when I'm wanting something in the morning, I'm just drinking my ice cold water, and I'm doing fine with that. So having the coffee, I think it's done well. And if you're asking, why do you have to wait? So some people are saying that coffee or any caffeine, whether it's tea or whatever you have, especially first thing in the morning, that it raises your cortisols and affects your adrenals. So if you can wait, then it gives your body time to like acclimate to being, okay, we're awake now, and it's not gonna like throw those adrenals way up, which could be some issues for people. And sometimes I wonder if maybe I have a cortisol or adrenal exhaustion, just because I do feel that. Sorry, it's beeping, y'all. Because I always have that, you know, like I gotta go, and constantly thinking, and just like, sometimes I do feel like I'm stressed, but not like stressed. Like things go through my mind all day, like, oh, we gotta do this, oh, I gotta do that. Okay, working on work, and then even when I'm doing work, I'm like, okay, but what about this? I mean, I might have a little ADHD. I don't know, never been diagnosed. But I mean, I can focus on things really well. But yeah, I sometimes wonder if maybe I have a little bit of stress. So anyways, I was like, well, I'm going to try it and see if it benefits me. And I do feel like in the last, we're just going to say week, a whole week at least, that, yeah, I haven't had any negative effects. And I think it taught myself, hey, you know what? You don't need coffee as soon as you wake up. And even on days like this past weekend with the garage sale, waking up extra early, being exhausted, doing all that work, I wasn't like, oh, I need to have coffee. I was like, okay, I want to drink some water. So I think that's good to kind of know that about yourself, that coffee for me isn't a need, it's a want. Because I do enjoy my coffee. As I've said before, I love good tasting coffee. So speaking of, so this one, if anybody else follows Mindy Pelz, she's always talking about, oh, you know, if you're going to drink coffee, you need to make sure it's clean coffee. You need to make sure it's the right type of coffee, right? So I followed her link. I was like, okay, let's see. And it's called Kamano Island Coffee. So they had a deal where you sign up. It's a subscription thing. But if you sign up, the first bag's only 99 cents. So, of course, you know, I love a deal. Like, you know, that olive oil I got for real cheap. And then, so I was like, well, 99 cents for a pound of coffee, I'm in. So I did that. And then it's real easy to either cancel your subscription, or I delayed it. Like, I've delayed it until like November, because I'm like, I want to see if I really do taste and feel a difference between this and like my bones and other coffee that I drink. So it's technically second day. So yesterday I didn't know that that's what Heath made me, because Heath makes my coffee. Is he so awesome? So this is my second day, and I do notice it is stronger than like my Bones or the one I got in Roatan. It is stronger, like it's darker, more condensed. So, and he's doing the same amount of water. He actually does enough water. Now it fits this mug. So this is a 16-ounce mug. Again, available on our site below. If you decide to order one, we get like $1. But hey, and then plus you get this cool logo on your mug, and it is a metal mug and a screw top. I love screw tops. So anyhow, yeah, so I had it today. It is stronger. So again, the same 16 ounces of water. It does have a more of a stronger taste. So I know Sharon and Shauna that were here, they felt like Heath makes the coffee weak. I guess that's how I like my coffee. But this is definitely stronger for the same amount. So he's doing the same servings, the same amount of water as he always does. And it is stronger, but it's not more acidic. Because sometimes to me, I don't like strong coffee because it's too acidic for me, or it's just like too much. This is still very smooth, and yeah, it tastes really good, y'all. So I like it so far. I'll put a link to it down below, and I'll just let you know over the course, because I have the bag. I'll let you know if I could tell any difference using this clean coffee compared to the other coffees I drink, and just let you know what I think. If you've tried it before, what's your thoughts on it? And Tuesday's lunch. So I'm back to some thick bacon, y'all. I'm so excited. So I've got 4 slices all together. My ginger, kimchi, which I'm almost out of. And then I made the butter mayo. Turned out a little thin, or thinner than I would like. But we'll try again. Yeah, that's my lunch, and I'm excited about dinner tonight too. Mighty fine lunch. No, I do love that thick cut bacon. What's y'all's favorite? So, I didn't film, I forgot. Well, I didn't forget, I was just busy. But I did drink some of my golden kefir, so that's just kefir with turmeric mixed in. I'm about almost done with that Green Valley. And I have to tell y'all, I still love Kelowna. I did have a little sip of that, you know, like a tablespoon, because it just tastes better. But I also have noticed Kelowna is lower in total carbs than the Green Valley. Like, I mean, no brainer there. So anyhow, one other thing I wanted to ask y'all. I have like a calendar. So see, my little daily calendar, right? And on the calendar, when do you check off your days? Or do you never check off? I like to check mine off after lunch, because then I feel like, hey, it's basically the day's over now, right? So when do you do? Or do you do it first thing in the morning? I'm just curious. Tuesday dinner. So Heath made Creole beef yesterday. So it's just beef with, I think, Tony's seasoning. And that's it. So it's the juices and all. Then I made butter mayo today, and I kind of used Chris Cooking Nashville. I might have got his channel wrong, but you know who I'm talking about. I used his where I just did the egg whites at the very end. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Earlier, it seemed too thin, almost like a hollandaise, and then now it's like real, kind of like whipped cheese kind of consistency. We'll see. And then I've got a little bit of olives, you know, because I'm still doing my gut health. And then I've got some kimchi here. And I thought I was like almost out of kimchi, but I found another jar in the fridge. I'm so excited. The jar I have, though, the other one, it's not a spicy kimchi. It's classic. But I combined the juices of the other one that was spicy, so hopefully that'll help. And then I've got my water here. Wait, is that a mango? Oh, did I get the mango one?
I'll take it for you.
Let me see. I don't even know how you tell if it's mango.
It says mango on it.
Oh, I don't see where it says mango.
It doesn't say the actual word.
No, it just says mineral water.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's not. Oops, can't see. Light's in the way. No, it's just water. So I guess that's the original. Okay, good. Whew. Crisis averted, y'all. So yes, that's my dinner tonight. I'm super excited to eat this up, and then I'll let you know my final thoughts for this week, and then we'll have a great another week coming up. Well, that wraps up another week of the Warden Report. I hope you enjoyed this week. I can't wait to see all of your comments. If you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up. And then like it, and also, well, that's a like. But anyways, and share the video. That helps with, you know, everything that goes on in here. So that then we can, you know, grow the channel and more people can listen to me on a weekly basis. Anyhow, thank y'all so very much. Hope you have a great week as well. Bye.